Hello, guys, gals, non-binary pals. Thank you for joining us for another episode of GSC's Girl Pod. This is a very special one because this marks 1 year of Girl Pod. We
Whoop,
made
whoop,
it. We did
whoop,
it.
whoop, whoop, whoop.
So hello, hi, I'm
Girl
Candy.
pod.
Is that our new intro theme?
Girl pod.
And I am joined by Britt. How we doing, Britt?
We're doing good. Happy to be here to celebrate 1 heckin' year. Whoop, whoop,
1
whoop,
year.
whoop.
We did it. For
Is
people
it
that
like
don't get
1 year
paid.
of filming, or is it like 1 year of us getting out a episode every day for an entire year, or both?
Both. Because when V and I filmed it last year, it was one. I guess technically we're recording this a few weeks before the official 1 year, but it'll go up on the 1 year.
Okay.
So we've recorded 1 year of episodes.
Dang.
Because our first one went up, I think it was June 28th, and then this one goes up June 29th. Or it was like June 30th, and this one goes up June 29th. It's like within 1 day, just because you know the way the calendar works, and
Yeah.
Monday won't always fall on the same date every year. So, yeah, actually, I'm saying this like I need to like do the math. I don't, because I'm a crazy person, and I have a log of every episode. Including who the guest stars or the fantasy guests were, who our guests were, and the dates. So episode 0 went up on June 30th, 2025. And
Wow.
this episode goes up June 29th, 2026.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
See, you have all these records and stuff, and I just show up. I'm just like, hey, what time are we recording? When are we recording? And just kind of show up, and sometimes bring a guest.
Listen,
Sometimes bring a fantasy guest.
That's how we roll.
That's my job.
Listen,
That's my job.
It's all good. Sometimes I drag you all into, gaming and, award shows, and, we make it work. We make it work. But yeah, our first episode went up the last week of June 2025. We had Ben Starr as our fantasy guest.
Which means he's back on the table.
I mean, I had unofficially thought that like after, although there's going to be a lot of, should we do an award show season 2, it's going to be a lot bigger of a list.
Yeah.
Just because of the number of episodes between season 1 and season 2. There was just a lot. There was a lot. Because, we only had, for what I'm calling season 1, which was basically where we did the cutoff for the award show, there was 24 episodes. So, very different. Although we had some that didn't have, guest things, because we had the award show, and then we had an interlude, and we had the gaming special. So there'll be a little bit less, but there's definitely way more episodes, because there are 29 episodes already in season 2.
Winter spring. We'll call it summer, fall, winter, spring seasons. Or the what is it, mid-season finale.
Yeah, right. We'll just have to do a mid-season award show and then a real award show just to break it up.
Oh my gosh.
Be like, who?
I don't think I have enough
award
dress
show?
clothes for that.
Me neither. I don't either. I mean, I had to buy a top for the last
Me
one.
too. Me too. I was like, otherwise you're gonna get like a t-shirt or a hoodie.
Maybe that's the vibe. Maybe it's like t-shirt, hoodie for the summer one, and then fancy one in December.
What if you wear a t-shirt for summer, and then for the other one, you wear like one of those, like, what is it, that hoodies?
The Oodies, yeah.
The Oodies.
I've definitely
Everyone
worn
wears
an
an Oodie.
I've definitely worn Oodies on this podcast before.
Yeah. I mean, Oodie can sponsor us.
I don't think they do that in the States anymore.
Really?
Yeah. I only know this because Sean had links with them at one point, and then they sent an email saying like no more. We did get, well, he got a free Udi and I got a free Udi out of it because he ordered one. They gave him one, and then they like did a second round of it, so he got a second one. But then
I think people were abusing it, probably.
I think so. Like he never asked for a second one. They were just like, oh, we're offering a second, because I think they were trying to like sort of re-up some things.
Yeah.
But now they don't do like those affiliate ships and sponsorships in the States, which is unfortunate, because he wore his like on stream a lot.
Yeah.
And I wore it sometimes. I wore it on this podcast sometimes, and I was like, oh, it's cold. I'm gonna be comfy in this Udi. Little avocados everywhere.
I just have my heated blanket for the winter, and then my air conditioning blanket.
Fair.
So that's mine.
Yeah.
Although I will say my dog uses my heated blanket more than I do. Which I don't know if people know. My dog just sits here every episode. Every episode I'm on, my dog is sitting right here.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out. She doesn't do much. And usually don't know she's there, but she's there every episode. So usually there's actually 4 people usually helping host pop.
Yeah, right.
She's just a silent partner.
She is. She's like, I'm just here listening. I'll let you know if things get too crazy. Don't worry about it.
I'm just here with my mom.
I got it under control. It's fine. It's fine. No,
she's a silent producer.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Every podcast needs producers, right? Right?
I mean, whether they're the talent and the producer, or they're a separate producer.
Yeah. You always need that silent person in the background. But I'm keeping y'all on track. Because let's face it, it ain't me keeping us on track.
Do you know what we also always need on a podcast? A good drink.
Beverages?
A good drink.
What you got?
I'm drinking. Okay, so I'm gonna self-promote for a second, I guess, because this is my merch. But today in my travel mug, I have, and this is like the 3rd time this week I've drank this. It's called a chocolate covered banana.
Ooh.
So it's 2 shots of espresso, and then it is banana sauce from this really good like small business called Kaya Chocolate. They make this banana pudding sauce, and it's so good. So it's the banana pudding sauce, and then Fairlife chocolate milk, because we all know that my tummy can't take, real girl milk, but Fairlife is the only like regular milk that my stomach can handle. So, but chocolate milk, banana pudding, espresso, chocolate covered banana. And I haven't opened it yet because it's not even 11. But anytime I come on here, I see candy with Mountain Dew. So I, too, went and got Mountain Dew.
Baja Blast.
Baja Blast. The only time I've ever had Baja Blast has always been at Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
So to have it in a can feels weird.
No, that's so fair. I think the one time we got it in a can, I think Sean actually said it was like, it was fine, but it wasn't the same. But I always feel like any soda is not the same as having it from the fountain.
No, especially because like places like McDonald's, there's a secret sauce, I swear. Is it extra bubbles? What is it? I don't know, but their Cokes just taste...
There's something...
a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit better.
Yeah, I think it's just...
somehow magically.
It's got to be the syrup ratio that they are like actually putting in that is not quite the same when you get it in a can. But yeah, no, it's a good fresh like fountain soda is always going to be better than like when you get it in a can, which, to be fair, I at first did not have a Mountain Dew with me, but then Britt said she had one, so I grabbed one. It's just a regular Diet Mountain Dew. But yeah, like a Mountain Dew from the tap versus Mountain Dew in a can, still good. I will still drink it and enjoy it, but there is something special.
It's probably the fresh carbonation.
I think so.
I think that's like the same eating. Okay, let's compare it, and this is a weird comparison, I guess. Eating canned vegetables to fresh vegetables in the sense of like
I just don't want to eat either
crunch.
though.
I mean, I get it. But like, you know, like green beans, like my child will like down an entire thing of like fresh green beans, but like canned, she's like, I guess I'll eat it. And getting a child to eat vegetables is hard enough as it is. So,
It's probably easier to
I
get
don't
a
know.
child to eat vegetables than to get me to eat vegetables.
Mm,
I'm like, I'm an adult. You can't tell me what to
she,
do.
I mean, yeah, you have adult free will. But
I have free will.
what are you pairing your Mountain Dew with?
I have a coffee. It's nothing special. It's cold brew coffee with caramel macchiato creamer
Mm.
from Starbucks. Although when you said the Fairlife, I have in the past used like Fairlife chocolate milk as creamer instead of like actual creamer, or if
Mm-hmm.
we don't have creamer, or it's a flavor that like I'm not really like a fan of, I will
Mm-hmm.
have Fairlife. It's thick. It kind of feels like a
It feels
milkshake. It's
decadent.
like
It feels decadent.
mhm.
Um, I like it because I'm not a huge fan of chocolate oat milk or chocolate.
Mhm.
Like it just doesn't feel right. Whereas Fairlife
Yeah.
just doesn't give me. It's like I feel like it's the ultra filtration that doesn't make my
Yes.
tummy hurt.
Yeah. No, there's definitely something about it because if I have too much regular milk, like my stomach is a mess. But I can have like Fairlife and be okay. I have
Well, I don't think
definitely
the human
had
body is made to
no,
drink milk.
no. I s- I have looked into this before. I think it's actually more of a mutation for people to still be able to like break down the milk enzymes as they get older. Like that's one of those
Mm.
things that like your body almost naturally stops being able to break down. So it's
Mm-hmm.
actually weirder, and I use that term loosely, to be able to like break it down normally
Mm-hmm.
without any like assistance as you get older.
Yeah.
But or at least it used to be. I think now years and years and years of people drinking milk and all that has probably shifted the scales. But scientifically, I think I think in theory we were not supposed to be able to do this, but obviously
After a certain
evolution.
age, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas my kid will ask for a glass of milk like 3 times a day, and I'm like, oh.
I used to when I was younger. That's the thing. I used to, and
Mm-hmm.
then like some point, my body was just like, no more.
Mm.
And I was like,
I
what
had
do you
my
mean no more?
gallbladder removed, and then nothing was the same.
And then it was all downhill.
Yeah. Yep.
No,
Yep.
that's fair. Yeah, no, Fairlife is very good. The only thing that I don't like about Fairlife
It's the price you
is
pay to have it.
well that, but also the if you've ever had their regular milk, there's every once in a while you get ones that smell eggy. And I've actually looked
Mm.
this up, and it's because of their filtration process and everything. It's still safe to drink, right? It's not gonna hurt you or anything like that, but there is just something about that smell that puts me off of drinking it.
Mm.
Thankfully, it doesn't happen with the chocolate milk. It's only with like the regular milk.
The regular white milk, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, I can't. Smells will like set me off of something. I'll be like, nope,
Oh, yeah. That's why I
don't
don't
want it.
smell things unless it's like I'm not the one eating it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, um, you know, I don't drink. I buy a gallon of milk for my partner and my daughter, and they only drink whole milk, which I don't drink because but before I give it to her, I'll give it like that sniff test to make sure it's like,
It's
because I'm not going to
curdled
sip
and
it.
has it.
So the sniff test.
Mm-hmm.
And like, even if it's like a little off, I'm like, can you try this so I know if it's okay? Like,
Yeah.
because I'm not, no, mm-mm. No.
No.
But I guess, like, guess if you're the one drinking it and you're like, and it smells like eggs, like,
Yeah. And again, I like looked it up, and it's like, no, it's fine. It's not harmful, but I'm just like, I can't do it. It just, and I say this as someone who has in the past, usually for charity, like swallowed raw eggs, but like I don't want my milk to smell like eggs. Like that is not
It's
okay.
the sulfur.
That's what it is.
The sulfur
Mm-hmm.
that they use. I thought it was. Yeah.
And they're like, it's fine, you can drink it. I'm like, yeah, you say it's fine. And I'm sure it probably is, right? Because I'm sure there's plenty of people that are still drinking it and they're fine. But I just cannot get over the scent of it.
Yeah, I get it.
Like that's too much for me.
Volatile sulfur compounds produced when proteins are heated to a higher temperature during the process.
Yeah. See, so they tell you, they're transparent about it. It's not like they're hiding it. Like, no, our drinks never smell. You know, it's not a secret. But
yeah.
I can't do it. Sorry. So we get regular like milk for like our plain milk, but chocolate milk is always Fairlife. Always. Yes. I have actually also I have said this on stream before. Sometimes I'll just have a big glass of Fairlife as like my breakfast because some mornings I'm not that hungry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've had people give me sass about it. But if you look up, like if you look at the not the ingredients, the dietary like information on it, I'm like, that glass of milk, and all right, normally I'm doing like 16 ounces, so I'm really doing like 2 cups, right? Like those 2 cups of milk have more protein and like all these other things. I'm like, this is fine.
There's like 14 grams of protein in one serving.
Yeah, and I'm having like 2 servings. Because one serving is 1 cup. I'm like, I'm not having just 1 cup of this.
Plus, it's so thick, like it feels like it fills you. As a chronic non-breakfast eater, but that's because I take medicines in the morning, and they're like, you can't eat 3 hours before or an hour after, and I'm like, well, now I'm not hungry, and you're at fault.
Right.
I just don't eat breakfast, so I get it. Like I've just physically trained myself to not really eat breakfast, so like. Anything you can get in your body, I guess, like for breakfast, like I also don't see breakfast as a have to have breakfast food type person. Like if there's leftovers in the fridge,
yeah, that's fine,
and that's what you want for breakfast, you're feeding your body, go
for it. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, this big glass of chocolate milk is going to be healthier than maybe some of the things that I would have quickly, right? I'm like, what am I gonna have really quick? Like, I don't know, some toast and mayonnaise. Like, I'm getting better. Like, but like this is because sometimes if I'm just like trying to eat something really quick, just because it's like I should eat something, but I'm not like hungry. I'm like, toast, throw some mayo on it. I'm like, that glass of chocolate milk is gonna be healthier than the toast that I just had.
Yeah.
And yet people be like, that's not a meal. That's not breakfast. I'm like, go away. This is healthier. Like, don't talk to me.
As someone who just drinks coffee for breakfast,
see,
the fact that you're getting calories, protein, carbs in, whatever.
See, I knew you'd get me.
Well, I also have a child who eats smaller meals throughout the day. That's just the way she functions. She has a free breakfast program at school. So me feeding her breakfast is kind of, I guess, not necessarily redundant, but I know whether if she doesn't eat at home, she's eating at school and vice versa. And sometimes she just eats both.
She's and grown
girl is almost 4 foot, so
them cells need that energy.
Yeah, so I don't stop telling people what they should be eating.
Yeah, let me have my chocolate milk and enjoy it.
I mean, the fact that people are eating breakfast, I'm happy for you. Just eat what you want.
I say, not me today, not having breakfast and just having coffee.
I also didn't. But you know,
these things.
I am drinking Fairlife chocolate milk, so I guess I am drinking brown.
I feel like that's valid.
So.
I feel like you're getting your protein, you're getting fiber,
Mm-hmm.
yep, you're good. And again, it's
Yeah.
filling. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You know, eat what you like. You know, take your meds, do the things. You know, I mean, eat what you like within moderation, obviously. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, whatever it takes to be healthy. If you can't, you know, if you got to take the meds and then you got to have some distance time wise for you eat something, like, then when you do get to eat, treat yourself, right? Treat yourself with something
Treat
nice,
yourself.
because it sucks having to
Excuse
take
me.
medicine every morning. So felt.
Yeah.
So felt.
And I know, like, you're like, it's for your good. Okay, but doesn't it? It's not like it doesn't ruin, like, you know,
Mhm.
my usual schedule.
Yeah.
In the morning, like, what am I supposed to, like, wake up at like 7, take my meds, and then eat at 8 when I'm supposed to be at work? It doesn't work that way.
Right. No,
This doesn't work that way. Like,
I get it.
wake up earlier. Don't tell me to wake up earlier. I like my sleep.
Yeah, that's the tough thing. That is the one good thing about, like, when I go into the office, because it's like I get up, I get ready, I have my meds, and then I have my commute to the office. So by the time I get I get closer to the office, I'm like, okay, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna get breakfast, because it's already been like an hour
Mm-hmm.
and a half. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
get into the office, sit down, eat. Like, I'm like, well, I'll eat on company time, but I'm checking emails at the same time. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like, but I like.
There's
I'm
a
like, I'm
lot
not
of
gonna get
people
up
who
so
can't
much
eat
earlier.
outside of their lunch hour. So
Yeah. Like, so it works out. Then
close
it
the door
works
to
out
your
good at home.
office. Gremlin at your desk.
Yeah, I do that all the time. All the time. I'm like, I'm eating, I'm having breakfast, because if I don't have my breakfast and my coffee, don't talk to me all day.
You angry bitch.
Don't come looking for me. No, it's fine. It's fine. You know.
You know who's also? Oh, I was gonna go. Okay, we can't go into that transition.
No.
I was gonna try to transition.
No, it's fine. Before we transition, because I did not say this before. If you're not already following the channel, and before we dive into actual, like, gaming tangential things, make sure you click the subscribe button and check out gamersocialclub.ca, which is the website that we write for, where you'll see lots of editorials, guides, news, reviews for gamers, by gamers. There's also a Discord that you can join down below, so that you too can help us talk about how Brit's fantasy guests may have helped shaped your childhood and how you will miss them.
Yeah, that's a better transition than I did.
I got you.
Okay. My fantasy guest is none other than Tom Kane, which, rest in peace, Tom Kane. If you don't know Tom Kane, you probably know his voice from a multitude of TV shows, video games, announcing. He's very, very diverse in what, you know, he spoke on. He was the video game voice of Yoda, Admiral Akbar, Boba Fett, Qui-Gon Jinn, C-3PO, and a bunch of Star Wars games, from Lego to Battlefront, all of those. He was Professor Utonium in Powerpuff Girls, as well as Darwin in the Wild Thornberries. Yeah. He also did the monorail announcements for Disney World. So, and those who like Adult Swim, he did the Eric and Andre show announcements as well.
I just love that. That's like some of it. Looking at, like, it's crazy looking at all that he did. I mean, he did a lot of Star Wars stuff for sure.
Yeah.
but like when you look at some of his lists, it's like he also did a voice in Kim Possible, Lord Monkey Fist.
Hmm.
I used to freaking love Kim Possible.
I know. I
Um,
love Kim Possible too. Yeah.
it's you you look at his list of just he was the, oh my god, he was the okay, this is so fitting because Kermit's hanging here. He was the announcer for Lady Gaga and the Muppets Holiday Spectacular.
Mm.
What? Kermit was not put here as part of this. I've just had Kermit on my mic for a couple days and I've not let him go. He was also a voice in Grim Fandango, which I feel like is a very cult classic video game.
Yeah.
It's Escape from Monkey Island. I know the Monkey Island series is another one that people love.
A lot of the Call of Duty.
Yeah.
He was in Call of Duty.
He did Gandalf in Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings from 2002.
Okay.
He was a voice of Indiana Jones at one point. So before Troy Baker, he was Indiana Jones in the original adventures.
Hmm.
I have not played.
Oh, and we talked about him being the narrator for the season premiere of Bad Batch.
Mm-hmm. God, Bad Batch was very, very good. Ooh, he was the narrator for Guild Wars 2. And Guild Wars obviously has, well, I say obviously, but I guess if you care about Guild Wars, just announced that they are going into Guild Wars 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately, my guess is that he will not return for that. Because I don't think he retired a while ago, and I don't think he would have been doing anything for Guild Wars 3 at this point. Because I think it's like really early production.
Mm-hmm.
He was the voice of Dr. Loomis in Halloween H2O 20 years later. And obviously Halloween coming back in a big way with the game coming out in September. I mean, so I think this is another I think this is another one of those voices where it's just like, even if you maybe don't know him by name, you probably know something that he has done that has been part of your childhood, part of something that you've loved. I mean, again, the Star Wars, the Call of Duty, Powerpuff Girls, Monkey Island, really big franchises. He was a voice in Archer.
And he took over the voice of Admiral Akbar in the last 2 Star Wars movies, like that. And he was in the last 5 Star Wars movies. So Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker, Rogue One, and Solo.
Looks like his last acting bit was 2020 or VA work 2022 because unfortunately, well, in 2020 unfortunately he had a stroke, and in 2021 his daughter confirmed that he had to retire from voice acting, but he did do some appearances afterwards. So even though he could no longer continue voice acting, it does seem that he did go out there and do some things. So like his last public appearance was at the Lexington Comic and Toy Convention in March, and there he was able to reunite with the cast members of the Powerpuff Girls. So I'm sure looking back on that for them, it's probably very like bittersweet. To think that like you saw him and then 3 months later, he's gone. And it's a death from complications, which is obviously unfortunate, especially in 2026. You would hope that we just have better medical care for things, but obviously there are just some things that we will never understand about the human body. So we will not be able to fix it. But he had a very, very good and long, or I shouldn't say long, but he had a very strong career where I think he just has touched upon so many things. If you had the spell Speak to the Dead, because that's a big spell in D&D, right?
Mhm.
And you could ask him up to 5 questions. I'm limiting it at 5. You don't have to use all 5. But if you could go up to 5, what are some questions you would ask him?
Just advice he had for people who wanted to get into voice acting, like how, what is his recipe for success. And I don't necessarily mean like fame, glory, stuff like that, is like, because like people who do voice acting like sometimes just do it for the fun of it. And like what would be his advice for someone who wanted to do that? I don't know. What does it feel like? Especially because you've taken established characters like with their own voice actors from the originals, like Yoda, Akbar, Boba Fett, and had to mimic and replace them in certain things because, trying to get the original voice actors, well, they have passed or they don't do that anymore. Like, what does that feel like taking a what's the word?
I mean, some of those
A
are
memorable
iconic
character.
voices.
Yes,
Yes.
Yoda. Yeah. And how does it feel like stepping into those shoes? Or did they give their blessing? Like, what does it like look like?
Yeah.
What does it look like being memorable? Like when you go to a con and you listen to someone come up and say, "Hey, you were my childhood." What does that look like?
What does that feel like? Like, my
Yeah, what does
gosh.
that feel like? I loved Powerpuff Girls. Like, I loved Powerpuff Girls. My sister and I would pretend that we were, that was the thing we played on the trampoline. Like, we pretended we were Powerpuff Girls. Big part of my sister and I's childhood. So what does that feel like? What does that look like? I'm probably not gonna do all 5. Like,
No, that's fair. One silly question that I would love to ask is like, how many times did you mess up Yoda's lines? Right? And the only reason like I feel like that's one to ask, because it's like when you're reading, and they say you don't always read, the human mind, the way that it reads, it doesn't read letter by letter. And, even though that's sort of how we learn to read, or at least once upon a time, that's how we taught like kids to read. It's like sounded out. So you're looking at all the letters. But then your brain is just looking at like the first and last letter, right? And sometimes, especially if you're trying to read fast, or if you're like reading and also speaking out loud, right? You may not even be looking at the whole sentence in a very specific way, right? And because Yoda speaks sort of backwards, right? I almost wonder, like, were there times where you read the sentence like a normal human person would say a sentence versus the way that Yoda actually says it, and how many
Yoda functions? Yeah,
because I feel like that has to have happened to anybody who has played Yoda, right? Like, you're looking at a script, and especially if you have a little bit of a longer script, or you've been in the studio now for hours and you're just trying to nail those.
This is your third voice
final
acting gig of the day,
right? You're trying to get those final lines in, and it's like, how you're just like, like, I'm looking at it, it's here, it's written, but then it comes out in more grammatically correct English versus Yoda English.
And you're like, I mean, I don't know how many like when you read our script each week, it's written the same way. It's not like you go in and edit it each week. You sometimes throw extra things in there because your body has just done it like so many times that like you throw things in there, or like the way you would say something. Yes. Like, there's so many voice actors that when they go in there, they're like, everything was ad-libbed. There was no script. I think like I was listening to the voice actor that does Holdo. Yeah, but it also does Winnie the Pooh. So Winnie the Pooh, it's more structured. Like he goes in, he reads the lines of Winnie the Pooh. But when he goes in and he plays Hondo, that's the person, Hondo.
Hondo
He just,
Onaka.
yeah, he's like, I just make things up around whatever everyone else says.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, how does that, like,
That
it's
mind transition, that switch
yeah,
that you have to. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and especially because like very different characters too,
Yeah.
like C-3PO and Yoda, despite being very insightful characters, very different the way they speak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, he also did some of the narration for the Clone Wars, right? So it's like
yeah,
the narrator's going to speak very clear, much more grammatically correct. And then it's like, okay, now let's do Yoda. Like, what? What?
now thinking back, Professor Utonium and the announcing voice sounds so similar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just it's like a more regal, like not a regal, I guess, more serious sounding voice rather than like do or do not. Like just this I don't know. I feel like some people are just so multifaceted when it comes to voices.
Mm-hmm.
And
No,
all I got is
agreed. See, I am not that good with voices. Like we started playing the Ace Attorney games finally.
Mhm.
So Sean and I are doing that and we're giving the characters voices, so we're trying to split them out. And I'm like, I have like maybe 3 voices, man. Like I don't have that many voices.
I hate doing reading games where there's no voice acting
I
because
like
like
it.
I have to read it.
See, like I like it, but I also am like I I know that eventually the voices will sort of overlap, right? It's a
Mhm.
little bit easier. It's like right now I'm doing the voice of the judge, so I just like try to deepen my voice and be a little like gruff with it. And I'm like, okay, that's very
Mhm.
different than like, okay, here's this female character who is clearly attractive and kind of flirty with you. And then here's this female character who's kind of flirty with the courtroom to try to get away with all this. And I'm like, I feel like they have the same intonations of things because they're both trying to do the kind of sort of flirty thing. And I only have so many ways to, and I know some of it is like practice, right? So I'm like, I only have so many ways to change like the way my voice is gonna sound. And one of them has like the yeah, like she keeps her
Yeah.
sleeves, and I'm like, I can't do that long term. And then when she breaks and she's like angry with things, and I'm like, how am I supposed to in a rapid moment go from like yeah to
And
then like
especially because
and
it's
I'm
like the
like,
first
oh.
time you're reading these.
Yes, yeah,
It's not like you
it's
get
all
in the
live.
lines before you yeah. Like and that's what I think of when people do these crazy voices and I'm just or for
Mhm.
like D&D and I'm like, "Are you going to keep that voice up the entire time?"
And some do.
And they're like, "Mhm." I have friends that do. I had to play a character that had like a Brooklyn accent.
Mm-hmm.
Like and she chewed gum. Oh, I would think it's like more Brooklyn meets transatlantic.
Okay.
And she chewed gum and she talked while chewing gum. And so I could never get into character unless I was chewing gum. So the entire time we played D&D, I always had a piece of gum in my mouth.
It's fair.
And it's with someone with TMJ, a sucked butt. Um, so so like I just want to know people like I think that would be my last question is like how do you get into the head of these characters and constantly be able to nail them every time because you and I both know we start a voice and then like what was that voice again? How did that voice
Mhm.
go? Because like it's been a while since you've done it.
Yeah.
Like I just think I think and this is me learning through my recently started taking vocal voice lessons, like singing voice lessons and um just it's a craft.
Mm-hmm.
It's a talent. You don't just walk up and do it.
Yeah.
Like it's vocal gymnastics.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's a sport of its own, like training your voice, your vocal cords, like all that to do certain things to um get to what you want it to do.
Yeah.
So um hats off to voice actors, Thomas Kane specifically, who we came to talk about today, because
Mm-hmm.
I just think, just so multifaceted, just great at what he did, and his voice will be missed.
Yeah. 100%. You know what could disappear and would not be missed?
Ads.
Ads in our fucking video games.
As in our fucking video games. We talk about The Sims a lot, but I feel like it's you talk
Because
about
they
what you
keep
love.
fucking up.
It does. It's EA
That's
specifically.
why.
It's EA specifically that's fucking up. We've got so we've talked about on the podcast before that EA is doing a buyout with like some people we don't like, and boo. It still hasn't officially gone through, but we're still trying to fight it. If you haven't signed the petition, please do.
Don't forget to send me the link and I'll put it in the description.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think we're gonna put it in the
Send me the link,
description.
I'll put it in.
So they introduced a brand new department called the EI. I'm thinking AI, man. EA advertising. And when someone told me about this, which was yesterday, they made it seem like, do you know how like if you don't have the ad-free subscription on whatever streaming service you're watching, yeah, I guess there's you get like an ad maybe every 20 minutes, and like it gives you like 3 minutes worth of ads. Talking about you too, Twitch.
If someone is giving you 3 minutes of ads every 20 minutes, get the fuck out of that stream.
So okay,
Even I limit mine to 3 minutes every hour. Like
that's what I do.
That's what I do.
Because it's the minimum. The minimum you have to like have.
If they're doing that every 20 minutes, every hour. Get out.
There was someone, I was in their stream, I swear, every 5 minutes they were running 30 seconds of ads, and I'm like...
Because it lets you, like, you can have an insane amount of... This is off topic slightly, but you can have an insane amount of ads run, and they say they're giving you, like, better split of the ad revenue, but let's be real. It is still, like, half a penny. Like, you're not, unless you have a huge number of people watching your stream, and if you're running ads that often, you're not having a huge number of people. Like, that is
There was 500
unreal.
people in that stream, and I'm just like...
Was it a
so you're playing a game where you
that?
need... I don't know.
Oh, okay.
They're playing DBD. But it's like, how am I supposed to... half of this game is ads. Like, how am I supposed to watch you even play if every however many minutes? Like, it's stupid. But
I actually forget what because I've looked at it before and I've been like, this feels absurd to allow for like that many ads. So I do 3 minutes every hour and it says 55%, right? You can have it how many minutes if you want it high, and it still shows me at 55% for the record, but how many minutes of video ads do you want to run per hour? You can run up to 22 minutes and 30 seconds per hour.
That's a third of an hour.
That's excessive.
That's a third of an hour.
I have it at 3 minutes per hour so that pre-rolls are fully disabled.
Yes, and that's the only reason I have 3 minutes of ads per hour is to disable pre-rolls. But that is the minimum amount you have to disable pre-rolls.
That's why I have it that way. Yeah. But
it's
you can run
so
22
silly.
minutes.
Is there someone out there? I want to meet the person who does that. Why? Do you think you're making big buck off of it?
You're
How
not.
many people do you have in your stream?
You're not. 55% of ad revenue, but you're not getting that much. It's pennies. Pennies. Like I refuse. Sorry, I know that's like very off tangent, but
No, I don't think it is, because
it's game
when someone told me about this yesterday, I was like, so I'm going to be in the middle of playing Sims and someone is going to, there's just an ad that's going to show up. How long is it going to play? Like, they didn't really describe what the ads entailed. So, as someone who has put a lot of money into Sims, and it's why I'm so angry, I was kind of pissed, because it's not like I haven't paid for the ad-free subscription at this point. So apparently we've seen, if you've played The Sims, we've seen it before. So they had a coach collaboration within the last year. I don't remember when it dropped. I think within the last 6 months. But for a couple free items in game, I think we got like a couple skirts, some shoes, some pants, a coat or two. There was a non-skippable main menu ad for a coach bag giveaway. And it was right on the screen, which I won't lie, I think it was like the month that I really didn't play Sims, so it didn't affect me. Because I go through my lulls where I'm like, this is all I'll play, and then nothing for 2 months, and then this is all I'll play.
I feel like that's
I didn't see it
normal with The
personally.
Sims.
But honestly, had I seen it, I would have probably been okay with it. Because the exchange was free items in game. And while I don't use them regularly, okay, free items. Now, if I've paid for something, if I've paid for a pack, why am I still seeing ads for said pack?
Yes. 100%.
Like, and like, I feel like that's, now if we get into the fact where they're like putting full ass ads, like in, like, I don't want to see a FIFA ad in the middle of my Sims gameplay.
No.
Yeah.
No, and I think there's, because it's EA, I think there are specific ways that you could be advertising things, and any video game, and other video games have done this. Like, this is not the only video game that has had just straight up advertising in it, right? But there are ways that you can do it where it at least feels slightly more clever, even if it's silly. Like Final Fantasy 15 had cup of noodles, right? Very clearly it was like product placement, cup of noodles, whole freaking quest around cup of noodles. You could see them eat from cup of noodles, right? But it wasn't like an ad that popped up that blocked things. And you could choose not to do the quest, right? And you could choose, whatever. But it was there, right? It was like very clearly product placement. And it was silly and ridiculous, but I was like, whatever. It didn't impact my gameplay whatsoever, right? I know people had said that I guess Death Stranding had like Monster energy drinks at some point, like right front and center for the camera, right? Product placement. Okay. And we know movies and things like that have been doing product placement for a long time, right? And sports games, right? If you've ever been to a sports stadiums are full of ads. So it makes sense that EA would be like, well, we don't have to mimic like a specific sports
fake
stadium.
Brands.
Right. We don't have to put fake brands. We can say, pay us and we'll put your brands in, right? And I think that's a way that it makes sense. The pop-ups and stuff is where it's like, this is where it just gets to be too much, right? It's like, here, look, here's this pop-up for this thing. I don't care. I don't want a coach bag. I don't want to enter for a coach bag. I don't care. I don't want it. Like, sorry, I have no idea what I'm choking on because I've eaten nothing. I am literally choking on air. Air is bad for you. Um, it's just weird. It's just weird.
Okay, and I'm gonna be the devil's advocate, despite not a full, like, really fully caring. We have seen packs in the past that have, they were basically in-game ads, product placement. We got Moschino, however you pronounce that. We got that whole
No,
pack,
they're
which
all
was
the same.
photography. Yeah. We got, and I'm gonna trigger her if I say it, Alexa, in game. And okay, I get those. Those are possibly those are things that a lot of us use on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Like there's just certain things that they've added, like there's like collaborations, like we've gotten the Star Wars collaboration.
Fine.
Things
Yep.
like that. There's a whole ass Baby Yoda in the game that's base game. So that's fine. Like those are normal things that kind of just, you just kind of breeze by. But now we've got a whole friggin' department dedicated for advertising,
Yes.
which means they're going all in.
Yes.
And a lot of people are saying that it's because they want to pay off the debt from the buyout. So,
yeah.
Ads are part of life. You and I both grew up on television with ads.
Oh yeah. And I don't mind ads, when it's not something that I'm paying for,
Yeah.
And it's like I think for me it's just the way that they're doing this that bugs me.
I think it's, how are you going about it? Are you going to put a whole ass minute and a half thing of ads before I can access my game? Are you going to, after an hour of playing, am I going to see like a pop-up that I have to sit through before in YouTube, when you go onto YouTube, and you have to sit through at least a few seconds of a video before you can say skip?
Yeah. And if it's not that it's okay, if it's before the gameplay starts, I can deal with it, right? But not in the middle of my game.
But also, I have paid
so much money
for this game.
Yeah.
I've paid so much money for this game.
Only base Sims is free, right?
Yeah. So I could see it in base game.
Yeah.
I could definitely see it in base game.
I could see it in base game.
You didn't,
fine.
Or anything free I could see. Like if you give a free pack, you give a free this, a free that, I could see you putting an ad in there.
Yeah.
But if I have paid
free to play, fine.
If I have paid $39.99 for your damn DLCs, which I don't think we're getting any more packs or anything like that. They told us they're done.
No, because now you just buy it from the marketplace. People will make things and you just get it from the marketplace instead. Why should they have to put in the work to create packs when they have so many wonderful creators that will just make things, and then they'll charge you for the things that that other people are making, but they will take a profit of? Why would they invest? She's so mad she can't even get words out.
Well, so I get why people are putting, I get why creators are putting their stuff on.
Oh, I get that part.
Packs.
But EA is taking a cut.
Oh, they are. They 100%.
That's the problem.
It's probably like it's the Etsy for custom content. It's the Etsy for custom content. You probably have to pay to put your stuff up there, and then they'll promote you. They're like, oh, we like your pack, so we're going to promote you, and you'll get lots of things, or you're famous. I know you're a famous content creator. You've decided to work with us. Okay, like, we'll promote your stuff. Like, and I get that. Get your bag. But, like, EA, come on.
Yeah. No, that's the problem. Like that they're choosing to do less and less, but still like making money off of it, and then throwing in these ads, and like, you know,
I wouldn't care about product placement.
I
I
and
really
I
wouldn't.
don't care about product placement, right? Like there are ways that you could do product placement that would not bother me in the slightest, right?
Because there's so many people who make these custom content. McDonald's, I've seen it in
Yeah.
Starbucks, I've seen Kroger's where they're putting like actual like legit brands on the shelves. Like people have made this custom content,
Mm-hmm.
and I would not bat an eye at that.
Nope.
But
It's the ads that it's like, why? Why?
yeah, it's not gonna make me want. Sure, it'll probably make me hungry at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but like it's
But I'm
not. I'm
always
not
hungry
gonna.
at 2 in the afternoon.
Yes, and it doesn't mean I'm gonna go run and buy that product
Mm-hmm.
or do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're in ad advertising your own game or packs, okay, I get it. Now, even if I have that pack, I'm still getting ads for things. They're like, buy this pack. And I'm like, brother, what pack don't I have? Like, there's only
Right.
like 3 packs. There's only like 3 I don't have. But like I get it, but also wrong target.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong target. I already have it.
Yeah.
So it just feels like, I don't know. I wish I was in I want someone who's in advertising to and not part of the Sims advertising. I want someone who's just in advertising to kind of give me like a 101 on some things. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Nah, I want someone who's in the Sims advertising to explain this to
yeah,
me. Because,
yeah.
you know,
What exactly are you doing?
what exactly are you doing? Right?
Mhm.
Because the other thing too is, like you just said, you have most of the packs. You should not be getting ads for the packs that you already have, right?
Mhm.
Because what does that do? It infuriates the customer base that you already have, who is continuing to play and continuing to invest money and continuing to do all these
Mhm.
things, right? It's like, don't do that to the people who are still playing and are still committed and have already spent the money on it. You should be using your advertising funds to the people who have not spent money, right? You don't need to advertise to the market that you already have, right? What you need to do to make more money is advertise to the market that you do not have and figure out how you bring them in to spend the money, right? So it doesn't make sense to me. And especially, I mean, I know that The Sims is always buggy and everything, right? Why are you adding more layers to things that are going to break the game instead of fixing the things that need fixing, right? Because again, when you keep, like, eventually people are going to step away from it, right? Especially now that you have more competition out there, right? And it's not, it's not just Paralives that's competition, right? But people
Yeah.
are finding themselves like really enjoying Tamagotchi life, right? People are finding themselves enjoying like Pacopia. And I know they're different games, right? And there's different things that each of those offers. And Paralives obviously is the one that's like most like The Sims. But if there are only certain aspects that you enjoyed about The Sims that then you find in a different game, it's too easy for you to be like, screw these ads, screw these bugs, screw this. Like, I'm going to this other thing, right? So it's like, yeah, you need to market to the people who are not already there, not the base that you already have. The base that you already have is going to keep spending the
Yeah.
money,
Yeah.
right? Like, so what you're doing then is
Yeah.
kind of just wasting money advertising to these people who are already going to buy it, right? When if you have if you have funds that are directed to people that are already invested in the game, those funds should be going to fix the things for the people who are already in the game, right? Like, so it doesn't make sense to me, just from like a marketing standpoint. You're just going to infuriate those people and they're going to want to leave.
Yeah. Now I get what I'm looking at is that they're really targeting a lot of the sports, which we know in a lot of sports, there is a lot of cross advertising.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, you walk into a stadium, any stadium, and there is
ads galore.
Ads galore. There is, Gatorade sponsors the football team or XYZ. And even in their game Skate, you're riding a skateboard through a city, you're gonna see ads,
Mhm.
and I get those are fine. Um, use those to make that.
Mhm.
Um, and like I'm reading their press release, and it's just a lot of it's blown.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, of course.
but bless you.
Thank you.
They talk about um what brands they are bringing in for what, and a lot of it I'm reading. A lot of it is the sports.
Because
Oh,
those are going to be
Mountain
the,
Mountain Mountain Dew's a sponsor.
of course. I mean, those are going to be the least invasive, you know, because again, you go to a sports stadium, you see them everywhere, right?
hmm
But I don't think that means a game like The Sims is safe, you know? And the collabs, fine. You want to put stuff in, fine. But like unskippable ads, things like that, like that's where it's just like, no, 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 no.
hmm
Like this is not okay. This is not what
hmm
should be happening. Yeah, I just, I know EA wants to pay off its debt, whatever, fine, but there's got to be better ways. Maybe just, you know, better products.
hmm
Just, you know, just throwing it out there. Maybe fix the product so that people be like, wow, they've really removed the bugs from The Sims. Now's a good time to get in. Maybe I'll buy this extra pack because it's not buggy anymore.
hmm
It just feels like there's got to be better ways for them to make their money.
hmm
This just don't feel like it.
Yeah, and I'm reading through some of the comments. So I'm specifically on simscommunity.info is where I find a lot of my EA Sims community Paralife stuff. Um, and um, someone was talking about there's bugs, and you keep putting out bug fixes once a month. Like, what's going to happen with these ads?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It's just bizarre to me. I don't know.
yeah. Okay, someone's like, I'm okay with branded content.
Yeah.
If I like it, I would buy it. Like someone said, like the IKEA stuff, which is why I bought the IKEA stuff because I like IKEA, and it aligns with the player base.
Mm-hmm.
You know, building things like that. There's a target audience, so and a lot of people are okay with seeing things that flow, but like don't randomly put someone in there to like randomly put something in there that has
No bearing on anything.
yeah
Yeah.
it's turning into mobile gaming at this point.
But yes. I mean, yeah, it's
But
turning
like
into mobile game slop, I'll say. Right?
mm-hmm
And listen, I play some of them too. I'm not going to act like I don't. Right? But there's clearly ways to do it and still be profitable because Jesus Christ, all these gotcha games that are like free to play, right?
with ads.
Well, gotcha games don't even have ads. I play Honkai Star Rail. I don't get ads on Honkai Star Rail.
What's Honkai Star Rail?
So Honkai, this is not an ad, but I'm specifically saying this because there'll be that one person who's like, didn't you do a sponsored stream for Honkai? Yes, because I play Honkai and I actually fucking like Honkai, not just because they were like, here's the sponsor. Honkai Star Rail is a free-to-play gacha game that's very JRPG oriented. So like it's all turn-based combat. You play as the trailblazers, and you're exploring different worlds, and there's lots of things that happen. It has a lot of different mini games that come up season to season, patch to patch. I think it's a lot of fun because it feels very much like a free JRPG, but it is one of those games that will almost never end, very much like a Genshin Impact, same parent company. Same parent company that put out Petite Planet, right? So like Petite Planet also being a bit of a gotcha game, although
Mhm.
when I was in beta, you didn't really get too much of the gotcha elements. Um, but so for example, Honkai Star Rail, I don't get ads in Honkai Star Rail. They do collaborations with different things, right? But the way that they make money is to pull wishes to get different characters or different weapons, blah blah blah. Same thing like Genshin
Mhm.
Impact does, right? But you could play that game completely free to play, and there are not ads within the game, right? But yet, MiHoYo, right, which is the company in China, billions of dollars, to the point that I'm pretty sure they are funding like nuclear reactors out there in China, right? Like they make money, and I don't have ads in my mobile game. You can also play it on PC. You can play it like multiple different places, similar to The Sims, where you can play it on PC. You can play it, console, whatever.
Hmm.
Right? No ads, but they have fake collaborations. At one point, Genshin Impact had a collab with Horizon. So like Aloy, I don't know how you pronounce her name. She was a
Alloy.
character in Genshin Impact that you could pull, right? So of course people are like, ooh, I really like Horizon and I want to have this character as someone that I can play as. So you spend the money to pull the wishes, which is basically gambling, right? Full disclosure,
Mhm.
it's basically gambling. To be like, can I get enough wishes to get this character? And that's how they're making money. So there are ways that you could do collaborations with things that maybe don't even feel like they fit, and yet people
Mhm.
will spend money. And not that everybody will spend money in that same way, right? So maybe you don't do a gotcha element in the same way, but you do. I don't know, like you've been doing packs, bundles where you're like, you want this IKEA bundle? $20, here it is, right? And people, if it aligns with them, people will do it, but you don't need to put ads in. Ain't no way that games
No.
like Genshin Impact and all these other MiHoYo games can be making billions of dollars but don't have to put ads in.
Yeah.
And I've been playing those games for years, no ads.
I'm reading a chunk that says designed to enhance, not disrupt the player experience.
How are you enhancing my experience? Please explain.
But if I start up a game and the first things that's thrown into my face after I've spent thousands of dollars on a game
Mm-hmm.
is a fucking startup ad,
Mm-hmm.
that is absolute bukkake.
And they already do a little bit of that, where you start up the game and it's like, oh, did you know we released this thing? Like, they already do that for their own
Yeah.
game, right?
Which
is fine.
Which is fine because it's the own game. But if I open your game and there's like a Dove body wash, fucking what the
Yeah.
How is that enhancing my experience?
Right.
We're turning into fucking Wall-E, where there's just a constant ad in front of our face.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's fine. My daughter keeps using the thing to set an alarm, and she keeps keeps going off every 5 minutes. I just feel like as a kid, you used the ad time to go get a drink in your episode. When it switched to commercial, you knew you had just enough time to go get a snack from the fridge or go
Yeah.
to the bathroom. But when I sit down to play a video game, I've got my snack.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my drink. I've gone to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
I should not have to watch 30 seconds of ads
Just
play
to
a
get
game
into
that
the
I
game.
paid for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's especially that I paid for. Like, it's already paid for. Like, you want to advertise packs that I don't have when I boot up the game? Okay,
Okay.
fine. You want to... I would even bite if it's like, hey, did you see this thing in the marketplace, right? I'm not going to buy it, probably. But if you want to advertise that because it's within your, like, game itself, I
Like
don't
the
love
E
it,
app,
but okay, fine.
the EA app itself, it will like, hey, there's a sale on packs.
Yeah.
There's a sale on this. I get that. If it's in my realm of, I'm using a knitting needle because I'm excited or I'm frustrated and I shouldn't be holding a needle while I'm excited. I get trying to like get you to buy more packs. It's like DLC, you know, the
Mhm.
getting, hey, you should play this DLC because it has extra content, blah, 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 blah. I get that. I just feel like we've now added a new branch, and what does that mean? What does that truly mean?
It means what we've known all along, that late stage capitalism fucking sucks.
I know. And
I just like I know that things need ads to run, right? And maybe that's from years of like, you know, you watch TV and there's an ad and that's fine. But like the amount of invasiveness with the ads and with these games is, I think, my problem. Like this could shove it.
we play games to escape. We play games, you know, there's funny little brands that we see. You know, we see in Fallout. You see funny little brand names of like on certain things and places, and they're made up and they're funny.
Mm-hmm.
Adding real life stuff beyond modding to games, I feel sometimes takes you out of the immersive experience and makes it. Capitalism stares us in the face all day, every day.
Yep.
In our jobs, in our life, on our phones, etc., etc. We play video games to escape those things. And when those things follow us into those escapes, those things are no longer paradises. They're no longer safe havens. They become another step in the stages of capitalism.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I booted up Star Rail just to make sure it did not give me an ad. It does not. It brought me right in. It's like, hey, it's been a while since you've played. Here's some free shit. I'm like, thanks, game.
Oh, hey.
I know
no ads and free shit.
I know it's been a minute. Hello. Yeah, no, I just like at this point it's like, okay, so why are we still speaking Simlish then? Fuck it, just have them speak English. What's the point?
Because, and I will say this, is because Sims itself, and I don't think this is, because I think this is just the EA big entity. I don't
think
put
it
this
is
on the
too.
Sims and the Sims creators themselves, or the Sims teams themselves. Sims is meant to be inclusive, and instead of having them record all the different languages, because Sims is played in multiple countries, instead of having, it's just a universal language that nobody speaks, although I have seen people attempt to, it's like, you know, Wookiee, they try to speak it, you know.
Yeah.
So it's to be inclusive, which has always been the name of the game for Sims. So
You know what? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we're too inclusive and now we're like, oh, well, if we're going to be inclusive, we have to include ads. And I am being cheeky. Like, I'm not like serious about that, but it's like,
no, because
it's
I
just,
feel like
ridiculous.
I feel like EA and Sims, people running the Sims, are two different like chunks of people, and it's constantly like this.
It's constantly at a battle, but it's just like if you're gonna keep moving more and more to, and I know it's not the Sims per se, but it's just like moving more and more to the real world. It's like, okay, like those ads aren't gonna be in Simlish, right? Those ads, how are those ads coming up? And those ads are going to take me to real world links, right? So you're moving further and further away from this, not fantasy world, because it's obviously sometimes based in reality, right? Like Witchbrook and stuff, not so much. But, you know, obviously it's people making spells and mermaids and all that. But, like, you are... It's just one of those things where I'm like, you're moving more and more to reality. So it's like, well... like what's the point? It's not, it's gonna, I think the problem is like if it continues in some of these ways where it's being invaded by capitalism, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
gonna feel less and less fun and
Special.
fantasy and special, right? And it's like, well, then just make it like anything else, right? It's just like, then it really truly just becomes a way to like play God with these like characters that you put in there.
And yes, I think that's the whole thing for Sims is playing God.
Oh yeah, that is, but it's nice when it feels separated from reality.
But how many times, like, Sims players, they romanticize playing Sims. And I don't necessarily mean, like, everyone's, like, in love and stuff. I mean, like, they play how they want to play.
Yeah.
And there's, mods and stuff to make the rules how they want to play. When you start to add real life stuff, then that hinders the creativity, and it's just all I continue to see is we're going in the ways of what happened to Wall-E and what this world can become, where we just sit in a chair and watch fucking ads and buy. And you could say that I have fallen into capitalism because I have bought all these packs. Yes. But that's because I have found joy in those things in this game. And to say that I don't want this stuff in my game is fully allowed.
Yeah, 100%.
I just want someone to I want a EA advertising person to walk me through what this includes. I get it in the sports. I get having the branded things.
Yeah,
because
those logos are everywhere in sports.
Because it's incorporated. Like,
it's already
logos,
there.
It's already there in normal gameplay, so it don't feel like it's anything out of the ordinary. But you add those types of things into Sims and it's ruining the illusion. And I think this stands for any type of game. Are you gonna play friggin' I don't know. What's a game that people play? Like Fortnite. They continually bring in new characters, new things to play. Because it's relevant to gameplay. It's relevant to the people that are it's pop culture references. I just don't get adding it to Sims. There's just certain things it just doesn't flow with, and it just,
I mean, before you know it, it's going to be like when you put your Sims to like sit and watch TV for a little bit, it's going to be like advertisements for like real world TV shows. When you tell them to watch like the Romance Channel, it's going to be like actual real life clips from some Hallmark movie, right? And you tell them to watch something horror and you're going to see, I don't know, something from a Mike Myers movie or whatever, like next franchise coming out with something. Like,
that's the beauty of modding,
right? If you want it, if you want it, right? When you're forcing it, which it feels like is the direction that it's going, right? Because it's like, I don't necessarily want to see the real life, actual movie scenes in it, because my Sims don't look like I do. I mean, when I say they don't look like I do, it's not like, it's not me playing with models that look very, very human, right? They still very much are Sims. I don't want then the scenes on the TV to be actual clips from movies and things like that, just to advertise the movie, right? But I could see that. I could see that being a thing. You put your Sim down to, watch the horror channel. Here's this movie. Oh, the next Halloween movie is coming out. Click here to go to fandango.com and get,
your tickets today.
Right. Like, it feels like we're one step away from that. And that's why I'm just like, if we're going to be that steeped in reality, then record all the lines in every language, right? Like, fine, bring us fully into reality then. That's what you want to do because you think that's going to make you money, EA, so that you can deal with this buyout. Like, but it's just like this, we're losing the separation between Sims fantasy life and real life. That's what these ads are going to do. And because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like when you play a sports game, you're not looking for the separation of fantasy, you're looking for the sport itself. I feel like you play The
Mm-hmm.
Sims, you're looking for the separation, right? You want to put that person in the basement with no exit so that they can just make
Mm-hmm.
paintings for you that you can sell so you can be rich, right? That is a fantasy that you will never be able to do in real life, right? But yet now we're moving more and more towards reality. I mean, you know what? And maybe these little things were always there, right? Because the Sims never used to be able to climb out of the pool unless you had a ladder, and now they can get themselves out. So now I can't even drown them by removing the ladder. Stop taking away my fantasy.
You could build a fence around the pool.
Why do I gotta take extra steps of building a fence? That
I
just
don't know.
cost me Sims
I don't
money.
know.
I used to just be able to remove the ladder and that was it. They were done.
I know. I know.
Now
We
they're
don't.
like,
We
wait a
didn't even
second.
have the burglar till like 6 months ago.
I'm saying. Like,
We don't have raccoons that come and knock over things. We have weird raccoons that show up to the house, and I don't know. I will not be surprised if in the next few months a paid and ad-free subscription
mm-hmm.
comes to Sims,
Oh yeah, 100%.
or a mention of it,
Oh yeah.
or EA in general.
We've heard your feedback that you don't want ads, so you can pay this plan to not have ads in your game. And it'll be like, oh, you don't want ads in The Sims? This is the Sims pack. Oh, you don't want ads in your sports? This is it. Oh, you don't want ads in all of them? Here's this tier. It'll be that. It'll be
And will
different
that be
tiers.
my line in the sand?
I don't know.
Like, you think about it, like, the money and time you've spent in the game. And okay, we'll take the time away because, you know, there's games you finish and you've spent $70 on the game and you're like, I have not picked this up since I finished it.
Mm-hmm.
But a game that's replayable multiple ways,
It doesn't really end.
doesn't really end, that you've spent a lot of money in, what do you do
Mm-hmm.
when you still want to enjoy the game and there's this thing that's sitting in front of you and you're like, I hate this part about it, but I feel so torn,
Mm-hmm.
because, you know, it's a beloved game. Do I go back to Sims 1 and learn how to play Sims 1 again? Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do?
No, I mean that's a fair question. And, you know, I do see them doing a subscription because they already have EA Play.
They have EA Play. Mm-hmm.
So they already have a subscription service. So then it'll be just like EA Play Plus. You know, it'll be something that they'll do.
No ads.
Yeah. No ads or limited ad. You know, whatever. It'll be like no ads in
Mhm.
one game, no ads in all. You know, they'll have. I very much see them having tiers, of how they'll do this to get people's money, and there will be people that do it, absolutely, right, and then there will be people that walk away. You know, I think it's really, I think what's going to be interesting is how, because I also feel like the ads may not feel as invasive at the start, but then I could very much see, like, as time goes on, there ends up being more ads, right? More collaboration. And the collaborations are fine, but like the way they do the collaborations, who they do the collaborations with, the way that they're advertising the things. And I think, you know, that's when it also becomes a lot, right? When it's just like, okay, now it's too much, right? There's a limit that it feels like, oh, it's okay, fine. And then it's just like, this is excessive. Like, this is ruining the gameplay. I just feel like I think there's a very real reality we get to the point where it ruins the gameplay within a year. And I think especially for something like The Sims, because they'll be like, how do we jam as many ads as we can?
Mm-hmm.
And that will suck.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't touched The Sims in a while, so I have not seen like any of the ads and stuff like that. Um, but I'm sure
Like,
whenever I get the
like,
urge, it'll bother me.
like the second you open the EA app, you're bombarded with, and it's all in-game stuff. And like I said, I don't care about the
Mm-hmm.
in-game stuff. I don't care about the in-game stuff. If you're, it's just got to be relative,
Yes.
because promoting yourself in your own game, I don't see a problem with that. I don't. Now, if you were like, play all these sports games that you've never even had interest in, okay,
You've never even created a sporty sim, but don't you want to play FIFA?
yeah, yeah. I just, I'm disappointed.
I mean,
Just more and
I
more
think that's valid.
disappointment.
I think that's super valid. It's, you know, it's not what you want in your games. I'm fine if I play some free to play nonsense match game and you give me ads. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And even some of those sometimes it's too much, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we're getting rid of this. But I didn't invest anything in it. I didn't pay for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess, you know, to some extent the same could be said about like any sort of streaming service or anything else where it's like you uh, you pay for Netflix, now there's ads, right? You pay for Amazon Prime, now there's
Mm-hmm.
ads, right? You I don't know. I can't think of what else. Because obviously some of them you can just go on and there's ads, but you're not paying anything for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and again, this is coming from someone who grew up watching TV shows that had ads and it was fine, but I wasn't super actively paying for them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
now being like, well, we are actively paying for them and paying a decent amount and still getting all these ads. And now in our games that we own, and let's face it, we don't even really own them anymore, because even if you buy physical copies, that physical copy may not have the full game, the full, you know, whatever. You download a game, right? It doesn't mean that you own it, right? You have the right to play it, right? So it's like we are just in this place, unfortunately, where ads are everywhere and they're trying to nickel and dime you for everything. And there's not enough pushback on it. So companies like EA are like, yeah, we could do this too. We can find genius ways to make money and make more money so that we can pay this thing off. And it's bizarre. And unfortunately, EA may be the one that's catching some of the flack for it right now, but I don't think they'll be the last one.
Mm-mm. No.
Which is sad.
Mm-hmm.
Because then, you know, it's like, what do you do? I like my board games, right? So I'm like, does everybody just have to go back to like board gaming because that's the one place you may not get ads? That's the one thing that you can say you actually own. Like you buy the board game and you actually own it, and they can't find a way to
Mm-hmm.
force ads into it. And I'm not fully opposed to that, but but I
I don't have
do
enough
like
people,
video.
and I don't have enough people that live around me that I hang out with personally. That like I do have like my D&D group, but like play board games with my partner. That's it. Play games.
Well, your partner and the kiddo, right? There you go. You got 3 players.
Person we have to let always win. Okay. Kidding. We don't always let her win her. But like, it's just. It's when it's the game that you have the most hours in, when it's a game that you have spent time and money and effort in, and it's just like with anything, it's just.
I'm trying to think of how some of these shooter games will end up with like ads and collabs. Like a Call of Duty, right? Like where do those
Wild
end up?
cherry Pepsi armor.
I mean, I could see it. That's the worst part.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you need some healing? Go down this Mountain Dew in the corner. Oh, looks like you're low on energy.
That's pretty much what Fortnite is. You're downing Mountain Dew in a corner.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just
As I drink my Mountain Dew.
I'm just scared that this is not the first, and it won't be the
Oh,
last.
yeah. Yeah, I feel like EA is just digging themselves a hole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
Max,
it's not a hole.
Where are you?
It's not a hole that's gonna, like, it's not gonna drown them. It's not like I think they're gonna be fine. Right? Obviously, buyout might go through, blah blah blah. But I think it's gonna be one of those things where it's gonna inspire other companies to do the same thing. It's not gonna deter companies from doing this. I think we're just gonna end up getting more ads in places.
I think it's just going to encourage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is a sad state of affairs.
Capitalism and AI.
I hate it. But you know what's not a sad state of affairs?
What?
The fact that we've done this for a year without missing an episode.
Let's go.
I think that's pretty good considering this is like just stuff we do on the side. And additionally,
I know. We all have jobs and families and things that, yeah. And writing for the site, which is gamersocialclub.ca. If you haven't been there and you're just finding us for the first time, you'll find all our reviews and guides and super cool announcements over there, and listen to a bunch of really cool people talk about their passions about video games. And yeah.
That's right. Join the Discord, follow the YouTube, subscribe on the Spotify if that's where you're listening. We'll have some more interviews going up. We'll have some more reviews going up. Sorry, V. That's really why V's not here. V's too busy looking at everybody's reviews.
Yeah.
But no, one full year. We'll do our best to make it to 2 full years.
Go on, pond.
We'll figure out scheduling. We'll figure out all the things so that we can keep coming to you every Monday with more nonsense, more insanity, and hopefully less ads. I don't know. Less ads than you'll see in your gaming, at least. At the very least.
I know.
Who knows? Maybe.
And the ads you're listening to probably before you started this episode were not brought to you by us. We don't know.
This is not monetized.
No, we do this for fun.
We do this for fun. We do this for fun and the love of the game. The love of the game that does not have ads.
Yeah.
But let us know in the comments down below what you enjoyed, what you think might be the next game or company that ends up with these like awful ad ideas. I hope none of them, because I don't want it. But we'll be realistic that it might happen. Let us know what's a way that it wouldn't bother you if they incorporated some ads. Like
sign that petition. If you hate the shit that's going on, sign the petition.
Sign it.
Yeah.
Tell EA to stop being stupid.
Tell EA to stupid.
Yeah. Tell them.
Yeah.
Just like that. Just like that. But
Stupid.
Until next time, everybody, thank you so much for listening. Bye.